River by Gary Paulson. The genre is realistic fiction. Other books or series by the same author are Brian's Return and Brian's Winter.
I chose this book because it was in my top 3 books out of all the books I saw on the video. And my strong lead is imagine having to survive after risking your life at the first time, and this time with another person with you too. The characters are Brian, survived in the woods alone. Derek works with the government and wants to know more about surviving.
Brian is asked to survive in the wilderness. He takes along Derek, who passes his life. An unknown wilderness and Brian's house is the setting. Something interesting is that Brian survived once alone and another with Derek. The paragraph we'll read is page 16, 1 through 7. The pilot started the engine and Brian jumped a little with the noise, but he settled back down at once. He still could not quite believe that he was doing it, felt as if he were half in a dream. It had been 2 weeks since Derek first came to him, and in that time they had made detailed plans. After Brian had further convinced his mother and worked on his father over the phone, Derek had come back with maps and plans, and they had included Brian's mother in the whole process. Derek had decided he should be the one to go, even though he had little or no survival knowledge, but he was a psychologist, and that was the aspect that they wished to learn about. They picked a lake in the middle of the wilderness, perhaps 100 miles east of the lake Brian had crashed into the first time. Brian's mother thought of using the same lake, but Derek vetoed it because they wanted it all to be new to Brian. The lake was not named on the map, though it fed a river that went south and east until it disappeared off the map. We selected the lake carefully, Derek said, circling it with a felt tip pen while they sat in Brian's dining room. It has the same kind of terrain as the lake you crashed into, and roughly the same altitude and kind of forest. How far is it from help? Brian's mother asked. Derek smiled. We'll have a radio, and if any trouble develops, we can have a plane there in 3 or 4 hours. Please don't worry. But I do worry, that's just it. She did worry, Brian thought, watching her as the plane taxied out to the runway. She did worry. Again, he watched her get smaller and smaller, and again he flinched with the noise of the engine throttling up, and again he was amazed at how easily the plane slid into the air and flew.